Yo, what is going on, guys? It is yours truly, LastChanceFPS, or you guys can call me by my name Chance. And in today's video, I wanted to give my honest review of the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Alpha now that it is officially over, and talk about all the different things that I did like in the game, as well as all the things I did not like in the game. Now, I am completely aware that this is only an alpha build of the game, so I would not be surprised if a lot that I'm about to talk about is subject to change. But something we still have to keep in mind is that Black Ops Cold War only launches in 2 months, and I'm not really quite sure if that's enough time for them to make the adequate enough changes for us to get a complete game and for them to make all the necessary changes. I still think that there's good reason for us to be optimistic because what I did see in Black Ops Cold War looked promising, but there was still a number of things that I really hope they change and make me worrisome about this game. And finally, the gameplay you guys are going to be watching behind you was one of my better games I managed to pull off in the alpha. I finished 87-8 playing Hardpoint on the map Satellite, but something I do want to point out is that this was not achieved on my main account. This was actually gotten on my second account that I was reverse boosting on. Unfortunately, this alpha did have very strong skill-based matchmaking, so the only way I even managed to have fun on this game was to reverse boost on a different account. Take it as you guys may be, but I just wanted to be honest and not be like some other YouTubers in this community that do reverse boost but don't disclose it. I just wanted to be honest with you guys. If you guys made it this far into the video and you haven't already, definitely drop a like, as well as hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications so you never miss a future video here on my channel. Follow my Twitch and all my social medias. That'll be, of course, linked down in the description down below. And with all that stuff being said, enjoy the rest of today's video. Alrighty, boys, jumping right into it. The first pro or thing that I liked about Black Ops Cold War was, believe it or not, the time to kill. I was really concerned going into this game because it was already stated that it was also going to have 150 health, just like Black Ops 4 did. But believe it or not, Black Ops Cold War time to kill is actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's as slow as Black Ops 4, but it's also not as quick as Modern Warfare. It's somewhere in the middle, almost as a sweet spot. I'm not 100% certain, but I think the reason it has a faster time to kill than Black Ops 4, even though both games had 150 health, is that Black Ops Cold War actually has a headshot multiplier. So if you mix in a couple headshots, that drastically cuts down the time to kill, and Black Ops Cold War felt really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the time to kill. The next pro that I had with Black Ops Cold War was the score streaks. I believe there were only 8 total available to us in the alpha, and it was rumored that there's going to be future score streaks like the Blackbird, Dogs, and Sniper Nest returning, which sound amazing. But for the score streaks that were available to us in the alpha build of the game, they were actually solid all around. I don't think all of them were amazing, and some of them definitely need a buff, but for the most part, they were pretty solid for what they were. Obviously, the Chopper Gunner was really, really good in the game. It lasted a good amount of time, and it was pretty hard to shoot down in its own right. The Artillery Barrage was really powerful. The Napalm Streak was solid, and of course, the other ones like the Spy Plane and the RCXD were pretty good as well. The weapon balance was another pro that I had with Black Ops Cold War. Yes, the AK-74U was overpowered and was definitely the best gun in the game, but don't get me wrong, I think a lot of the other weapons available in the alpha were pretty solid in their own right. I mean, the XM4 assault rifle was great. The Uzi and MP5 SMGs were also excellent choices. I think some of the tactical rifles were also pretty good. I just felt like the weapon balance overall was really well done in Black Ops Cold War. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely prefer a Call of Duty that has excellent weapon balance and adds variety to the game, and not just 1 or 2 weapons that are clearly dominant and is the only weapons you see people using. And the final pro that I have with Black Ops Cold War is the created class. It's a hybrid between Modern Warfare's Gunsmith and the traditional Pick-10 system we've seen in years past. And the reason why I really like this created class system they have for Black Ops Cold War is it gives you the option to either run 5 attachments and 6 perks, or 8 attachments on your primary and only 3 perks. It just feels like this created class doesn't really limit or restrict me in any way, and I really really enjoy that because there's been CODs in the past where I don't necessarily am able to run everything that I would like at once. But in Black Ops Cold War, that's not the case. And just like in Modern Warfare, you could also edit that created class mid-game. So I just really like the system they have in place with the created class. Now, moving right along into the cons or all the things I did not like in the Black Ops Cold War Alpha, the biggest issue I had with this game that I already hinted at a little bit in the intro was the very strong skill-based matchmaking. Now, I'm already planning on making an entirely separate video on this topic because there's just so many different points that I actually want to get across, and it honestly warrants its own video. But for what I want to include in this one is that the skill-based matchmaking was very strong and apparent, and after your first 10 matches or so, it really kicked in. And unless I reverse boosted on a second account, this gameplay you guys are watching behind you wouldn't have been possible, and I don't like the fact how I can't even play public matches and at least have fun or go for really good gameplays. As a longtime and good Call of Duty player, I am of the opinion that skill-based matchmaking has no place in the regular public matches and should only be connection-based, while skill-based matchmaking is in a separate ranked playlist. And my biggest fear is that if skill-based matchmaking is in the alpha, it's most likely going to be in the full launch game, just like Modern Warfare had. And if that's the case, that's very concerning. The new hybrid score streak system is another really interesting topic that is new to Black Ops Cold War that, to be honest, I was going back and forth between whether or not if I liked it or I didn't like it. But after my experience in the alpha, I am now of the opinion that I am against it more than I am for it. And my reasoning behind this is honestly straightforward, and it has more to the fact that it is not the hybrid score streak system itself, but more to do with that there is skill-based matchmaking in the game. See, since there is skill-based matchmaking and I'm constantly playing kids equal my skill level that are really good in their own right, they are good enough to where they don't even have to stay alive long enough, and just by playing out the entire match, they will get the score required to drop higher end streaks against me almost every single time. But on the flip side, if Black Ops Cold War didn't have skill-based matchmaking and I was playing a variety of different people that were either average or even below average, since that is the majority of Call of Duty players, they would not be good enough to get the score required to drop, let's say, a chopper gunner against me. Yeah, they might drop like a spy plane or an RC car, or even like a middle tier streak against me, but they're not going to be dropping those higher end streaks. But since there is skill-based matchmaking, they are, and it happened to me a number of times, especially when I was solo. So because there is skill-based matchmaking, I do not like this system whatsoever. It is honestly a participation award if you think about it, and unless they reverse this and take out skill-based matchmaking, this system will only make Black Ops Cold War even more unplayable. The maps were another thing that I was not too pleased on in the Black Ops Cold War Alpha. We only had 3 of them available to us that were Satellite, Moscow, as well as Miami. Satellite was easily my favorite map of the 3. It had the best flow. It was wide open, so score streaks would absolutely go ham on the map, and it just felt like it had the best thing going for it in terms of going for good gameplays. Moscow is more of a middle of the road map, nothing too crazy. I wouldn't say it's garbage, it's definitely playable, but the fact that there's nothing but buildings on this map, aerial streaks do absolutely nothing on it. And Miami, oh my god, guys, Miami is easily the worst map in the game, and it's not even close. Miami, at least in my eyes, is basically Black Ops Cold War's Piccadilly. The map is so horrendously bad, it's honestly a meme at this point. And I really hope that these 3 maps are not the best 3 in the full launch of the game, because if that's the case, then this game is going to be in a lot of trouble. The next issue I had with this game was how brain dead easy it was to snipe in quickscope. I mean, if you guys don't even believe me for a second, just watch this clip. Yeah, I think they need to nerf the snipers for sure. The second to last issue I had with Black Ops Cold War was the footstep audio. Now, I'm not 100% sure if it's so much that the footstep audio is just way too loud or if Ninja just doesn't really do that much. Because I'm almost positive there were a number of times where even though I had Ninja, they still heard me coming a mile away and I was just getting sound hoard like crazy. I think the best thing they could do in this situation is both buff Ninja so that it just mutes their footsteps a lot more, as well is make the footstep audio a little bit quiet, because man, it just makes rushing really difficult. And finally, the last con that I have with the Black Ops Cold War Alpha was their new 12v12 combined arms mode. Now, I definitely prefer 6v6. I'm not opposed to ground war, but I just like to play 6v6 instead. But regardless, I gave it a try and oh my god, that mode is just terrible. There were only 2 maps available in the alpha, and that was the snow map Crossroad as well as the boat map Armada. Armada is okay, but I found a lot of the time that people were just sitting back in their spawn boats sniping, and it just made rushing really difficult on that map. And Crossroad, just like Miami, is absolutely hot garbage. I mean, the tanks are ridiculously overpowered and everyone is just sitting back sniping. I just don't think I'm going to be playing much of the 12v12 combined arms mode, and I think I'm just going to stick to 6v6 this year. Alrighty, boys, that is all the pros and cons that I have with the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Alpha. I'm not going to be including everything in this video because it would just be way too long. I instead just wanted to focus on the more important things that I noticed when playing. And my final conclusion is that even though this game is rough around the edges in the current alpha stage, I honestly think that there is still a lot of untapped potential with this game. And if done correctly, we're in for a good year of Call of Duty. But again, if Treyarch ignores or doesn't address the issues that I have with this game, I just really don't see Black Ops Cold War being that great of a Call of Duty, or at least as good as it could be. If there's anything that I forgot to mention in this video or what you guys experienced in the alpha, agree, disagree, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I am interested to see what you guys have to say. And with that being said, if you guys stuck around to the end of today's video and you haven't already, definitely drop a like as well as hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications so you guys get notified every single time I upload a new video here on my channel. Follow my Twitch and all my social medias. That'll be, of course, linked down in the description down below. And until next time, I will catch you guys in the next video.